Hello and welcome everyone to another video from Arabic 101. Today we're going to focus on lesson 4. And so far we have covered 3 lessons about the Arabic alphabet, and this is going to be the last lesson to cover the last segment of the Arabic alphabet. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it to whoever wants to learn Arabic. And we're going to get started with our lesson right now. So again, the letters that we're going to focus on today are Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Ha, Waw, Ya. The first letter we're going to start with is the letter Kaf. And Kaf is an easy one because it is compared to the K in English, and the K is found in cat. Of course, don't worry about that, the fact that cat starts with a C, because we focus on the sound, not the letter. And the sound in cat is K. That is what we're talking about. So the separate position and the other 3 positions look like what you can see on the screen. Make sure you note them down as we're used to learn them the best you can. Next up, we're going to look at letter Lam. And Lam is compared to L in English, like the one we see in the word left. So these are going to be the 4 positions when it comes to Lam. Next up, we're going to look at letter Mim, and that is compared to the sound M, sound like mother. And these are going to be the 4 positions. Notice that Mim is a little bit tricky because there are many people who write it a little bit differently than what we see on the screen. This is the classical way to write it, and I'm going to make a video just to show the different types of writings. We're going to highlight that in a separate video. Next up is the letter Noon. Noon is the N sound in English, like not. One more thing is that when I was showing the letters that we're going to talk about in this lesson, you notice that for the first time I didn't write them in pairs. The reason is that these letters have unique positions, so they can't really be put in pairs. That's why we're talking about them a little bit separately, not in families like we used to. And Noon is no exception. It looks just a bit different, but a little bit reminds us a little bit with the first family we've ever seen in the alphabet, the Ba, Ta, and Tha, but is a little bit different than them, but it is close. Next up is letter Ha, and Ha is the exact sound as Ha sound, like in hot, is the same sound, the Ha sound. And these are the 4 positions of the Ha sound. Many of my students have a lot of difficulties recognizing and writing the letter Ha. I'm going to show you how you write it one more time, and it is a little bit of a circle inside another circle. Make sure you follow the arrows as I have drawn them on the screen to get the right result. So it could be a little bit tricky, but with some practice you will get there. Make sure to try and write them down. Writing just using the keyboard is not wrong, but you get the best out of the learning process when you try and use your handwriting. Next is letter Waw, the one before last. And Waw looks like what you see on the screen. With one important notice is that Waw can never be attached from the left side, as you can see. So it has to be separate. It has to be standing alone from the left side. If you want to attach it to anything, it can be attached from the right side, but not from the left side. Next is the letter Ya. That is the last letter of the Arabic alphabet. That is letter number 28. And Ya is compared to Ye or Yot sound, like when you see in the word yet. and these are the 4 positions of ya. So far, the letters that we have discussed in this lesson are on the screen. Now, I have deliberately left one letter out, and I want you to try and find it out. I'm going to write it down at the end of this set of example, but I want you to try and focus which one have I missed. So the first example we have is layth, and layth means lion. Of course, it is made up of 3 letters. And next example is nahr. Nahr is made up of 3 letters, and they are noon, ha, and ra, and it means river. The following example is akal. Akal. And akal means ate. Another set of examples, fahm. Fahm. And fahm means understood. Fahm means understood. Next example is walad. Walad. Walad means boy. Last example is hazeen. Hazeen. As you can see, I'm using the H with a little circle under it to show you that it is the ha sound, and hazeen means sad. Now, the letter that I was missing was kaf. Pay attention. You should be able to recognize all letters by now and their positions. So, is it time for some practice as we're used to? Actually not. We're not going to have any practice this time because next lesson, you're going to have an exam to test yourself and see how well you can manage the 28 letters of the alphabet. So next time, there is an exam that is going to test you in the Arabic alphabet. So I'm going to see you in lesson 5. Don't be late and be prepared.